beautiful people, how's it going? I'm back with another video, and today I'm not holding a wand, which might be weird to some of you, but for those of you who have been subscribed to me for long enough, you will know that I actually have interests outside of the Harry Potter world. Yes, I know, it sounds crazy, but it's true. I'm interested in a lot of other things other than Harry Potter, and yes, this is majorly a Harry Potter channel, but it's also a me channel, and with that in mind, I wanted to tell you guys that I love television. Yes, apart from crying over my education and watching Harry Potter, I watch a lot of TV shows, and from those TV shows, there are some that I'm really proud of watching, and others that I'm not as proud of. And yes, you can see by the title, this video is going to be on Riverdale Funko Pops, and the reason I mentioned the introduction previously is because Riverdale isn't really the best show on the air. I mean, it's really cheesy, and the dialogue is really bad, and sometimes the acting isn't great, and the plot lines are just wow. But it's a really entertaining show that I just really like, and I also really majorly like the aesthetic of it. And of course, when Funko announced that they were going to be making Funko Pops for Riverdale, I went ahead and bought them all. This is my official Riverdale Funko Pop haul. Because we're beautiful. Future. Whatever. My regular niffler. Okay, so for those of you who don't already know, Riverdale is a show that is based upon the ARCHIE comics, well, the characters of the ARCHIE comics, nothing else really. So we have four main characters, Archie, Betty, Veronica, and Jughead, and it's a great show. This haul consists of 5 Funko Pops, and they are all of the Funko Pops that Funko has released so far for Riverdale. We do know that there will be new releases coming soon, and when those come, I most likely 100% will be getting them and making videos on them for you guys. What I thought was really interesting is how these Pops look really different to the Harry Potter ones I collect, because they're modernized and wearing actual human clothes. So these were really interesting and really fun for me to just stare at for a week. Yes, these have been in my possession for a week, but of course I haven't opened them because you guys know the Funko Pop rule. I don't open until they're on video. You guys already know that I'm so excited to open these up, and so without further ado, let's begin the Riverdale haul, which obviously had too long of an introduction. I take too long with these things. Okay, so the first Riverdale Pop we have is the main character of the Archie comics and Riverdale, Archie Andrews, and let me tell you, I am very excited. As you can see on the back here, we've got 5 Pops to unbox, and yes, I have every single one of them ready for you. Let's do this. This is exciting. I am very excited. Okay. When I said I really enjoyed the show, I did mention that one thing that I really liked is the aesthetic. The show is essentially a teenage fantasy because none of the teenagers actually act like teenagers, and the stuff they do is just unacceptable. What I really like is the style of every single one of these characters, and I think you guys are going to tell, especially with the Funko Pops, each character has their individual personality, and that's imprinted really well with their style and what they wear. So with Archie, you have his classic Riverdale high sweater, jacket, I don't know what they call them. And of course, you've got his classic red hair. And because of that, this Pop actually looks almost identical to Archie, played by KJ Apa, in the TV show. It's a Letterman jacket, that's what it is. You can even see the little R over here for Riverdale because that's the school they go to that the show is also named after. It's just so strange looking at a Pop wearing normal human clothes because all of the Harry Potter Pops just don't look like humans. It will be a bit complicated finding a place for him though, considering that there's not much room in my room for... wow. Moving on, the next Pop is the most innocent looking Pop I've ever seen in my life, Betty Cooper. Yes, the one and only, the driest character in television history. No, I'm kidding, I actually really like her personality, but she is the most innocent character on TV that you'll ever see, you know, apart from the whole Dark Betty thing, but okay. I also will say the show is really cringy. And you'll be happy to know that most of the cringy dialogue comes from one character in particular. And that one character, you guessed it, Betty Cooper. When I originally saw the concept for these Funko Pops, I was really upset that Betty wasn't wearing her classic pink shirt as opposed to this one with the crown on it. But after actually receiving it, I think the ponytail suffices enough to symbolize her character. And this may sound really weird, but maybe my favorite part of this pop is her figure, which is strange because obviously she's an inanimate object, but something about her posture is very, very feminine, and because she's a really, really innocent character, or she seems to be a really innocent character, it's a great symbolization of the way she looks in the show. And also the fact that her face is really, really pale and doesn't have much feature to it is also really, really well implemented from the show to the pop, because she looks very basic in the show, especially in comparison to the third-party characters in the show, one in particular which I will be showing you a pop of later on. But of course, if you are a Riverdale fan and you are into collecting ships, since the whole show is essentially about people's relationships, if you were to get another one of these pops, you would most likely want to get Betty, just to kind of make the couple a thing. Just as with Archie, you'd want to get so on and so forth. Collecting these pops has helped me realize that I actually do enjoy collecting pops outside of the Harry Potter world, you know, as opposed to waiting months for them to release new ones. Videos make me really thirsty. Next up, we have my favorite character from the whole entire Riverdale show, Veronica Lodge. This character is an absolute icon, an absolute legend. Well, the second best absolute legend, but of course I'm not gonna spoil ahead. Let's just skip the introductions because I am so excited. She's very top-heavy. This is the real definition of detail, I swear to God. Okay, so Veronica Lodge is a very sassy character, and because her eyebrows are so clearly defined in this pop, they've done a really good job of making her come to life in Funko Pop form. She's also very classy, and so the fancy clothes really, really works. I also really like the fact that her purse has so much detail on it. It's not a purse, it's a handbag. I really hate myself sometimes. I think this was an outfit that she wore in season 1. I'm almost sure that all of these pops are made from episodes from the first season. We're on season 2 now. What I like the most about this pop, however, is how good she looks with her on-screen boyfriend. Archie and Veronica together look absolutely perfect. This is great. This is what I live for. Okay, the second to last Funko Pop I got from this Riverdale collection is Jughead Jones. Jughead Jones, Cole Sprouse, Cody from Zack and Cody in the future. If you guys don't know, Cole Sprouse plays the character of Jughead Jones, and he obviously was Cody from the Disney show, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and that's essentially all I remember him from, and so every time I see him on screen, I'm just like, whoa! You have a twin. I will say, even though Jughead isn't my favorite character on the show, this might be one of my favorite pops, or my favorite pop that I've opened up so far, because of the inclusion of the Jughead beanie, which is obviously a classic look for this character. There was actually a variant of Jughead which was a Hot Topic exclusive, which was Jughead in his serpent jacket. Spoiler alert if you guys haven't watched or reached that part yet when he turns into a Southside Serpent. I just felt that this pop was more a symbolization of his character and everything he stands for, so I just felt this worked better, and especially when you put it side by side with his on-screen girlfriend. I think him and Betty look really good together, especially with this pop, because this pop has a blue shirt on while the Southside Serpent one is black, so I will say I'm very satisfied with this pop. I don't know why there's an S on his shirt though, and I'm not sure if I saw that shirt in the show. Probably have, I just can't remember because I don't really pay attention to outfits. I pay attention to plot, which is something that Riverdale itself doesn't seem to do at times. But again, I am bashing the show even though I do love it so very much. It's really entertaining for me. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for, or at least the moment I've been waiting for, the pop that I have been the most excited to open, my favorite Riverdale character of all time, CHERYL Blossom. Yes! Possibly one of my favorite redheads in all of creation, and I'm saying that with Ginny Weasley in mind. CHERYL Blossom is one of the most iconic and most legendary characters of any TV show ever because of her utter bravery and her badassness and her sassiness and just everything. CHERYL Blossom inspires me to wake up in the morning and be the best I can be and to just really give everyone in my life a hard time. I will tell you the truth though, when I did see this pop at first, I was very disappointed for a lot of reasons. Firstly, CHERYL is not CHERYL Blossom without her iconic red lipstick, and without it, she doesn't look like herself. And that is still something that I somewhat feel with this pop. It's something that has disappointed me, but I will say when I did actually receive it, as opposed to just looking at it on the internet, I was a bit more satisfied, also because I do love the character, and if this is all Funko is willing to give us, then so be it. I also will say this hairstyle with her hair on one side as opposed to having it just down naturally was a look that she only carried for the first first 2 episodes in the show, and so that was also something that I was a bit disappointed with. But again, there's so much detail on the pop, and Funko puts so much effort into implementing all of these tiny details that when they do miss out on others, it's kind of acceptable. There's so much detail on her skirt, and they've actually added red nail polish. I guess maybe that's to suffice for the missing lips, because as you guys know, Funko Pops don't actually have lips, so adding red lipstick to Cheryl would have been a bit weird, I guess. But since she is my favorite character from the show, she is definitely also my favorite Funko Pop. This is just fantastic. It's actually amazing how many times I say to myself, wow, I can't believe that just happened in a show. But I do, and I do so many times with Riverdale, but yet I still seem to be pulled into the show like all the time after every single episode, even when I tell myself that I'm gonna stop watching it, because it just makes me feel stupid at times. I am, however, really satisfied with these pops. My favorite pops from the collection are probably Jughead and Cheryl Blossom. I just think they're the best, to be honest. And there you have it, guys. That was my video on my Riverdale Funko Pop haul. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like and a comment down below, and of course subscribe to my channel to see a lot more Harry Potter and non-Harry Potter content. Bye guys!